the one, the only Benzion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Masechah Sotah, daf Chav Beis. I want to talk today about what most of this daf talks about, the idea of precious, at least Chav Beis and Beis. The last Mishnah said that people, makos prushin, people who give themselves wounds in order to abstain from the world, those people destroy the world. Now, the Gemara says an interesting statement over here. Amar of Nachbar Yitzchak, toward the middle of Chav Beis and Beis, the metamra and the megalia. What things that should be hidden should be hidden. And things that should be revealed should be revealed. Beidina Rabal is para mahani dechafu gunde. The Beis Din Shamayim, Hashem should punish those people that cover themselves in gundi. Now, what is gundi exactly? So, according to Rashi here, at least the Rashi in the Hebrew that I read, he says people wear talisim. They wear talisim outside. They expose their talisim. The article has in they wear talisim with tzitzis on them. They expose their tzitzis. The Aruch gives different explanation. People that walk around in black coats, long black coats. All these types of people are very, very bad. Why? Because your frumkeit should be within your heart. It should be something which is hidden. Right? We do the Torah mitzvahs, but we don't have to show it on our sleeves. We don't have to wear our Yiddishkeit on our sleeves. And people that wear their Yiddishkeit on their sleeves are just doing it like the Gemara says. Masei and Maisa Zimri, Makavakshim Skarka Pinchas, they're tzivuin. Those are the real colored people. They're not wearing black coats and black and white tzitzis, but they're colored in terms of the fact that, on the outside, it's colorful. It makes they're different than everybody else. Not their actual colors, right? Not a blue shirt that I'm wearing. It's their actual colors, meaning you look around, everyone's dressed in a certain way, and you can spot the Hasidim, you can spot the people with the long black coats. Saw the people with the tzitzis out, you can spot them. That's tzivuim. You shouldn't wear your frumkeit outside in your sleep. It should be kept inside in your heart. I once went out with a girl, actually, when I was dating, one of the first girls I went out with, and we went out 2 or 3 times. It didn't work out. She said no. And the reason she said no, she says he doesn't wear his Yiddishkeit on his sleeve. I didn't know what to interpret. Is that a compliment? Not a compliment? I thought, all right, I got to start wearing my Yiddishkeit on my sleeve. I got to start, putting a yarmulke on my sleeve. I didn't know. But later on, I realized that, I don't know if the girl intended it as a compliment. I'm sure they wanted a guy who wore his Yiddishkeit on his sleeve. But I realized that it's the right thing. I would always have been a very, even when I was very Haredi and very frum, it was always something that was a personal thing. I did cheshbon nefesh at night, but I would never want someone to see my cheshbon nefesh or to know I was working on myself. I always wanted it to be a private thing because what was between me and God is something which is private. Like the Gemara says, your relationship with God, your relationship with yourself should be a private thing with Judaism, with religion. Because the minute it becomes public, the minute even you're doing it to teach other people, and you can convince yourself, no, I'm showing other people how big of a tzaddik I am in order to, to teach other people. It might be you think it's a good idea, but it ruins you. It makes it smooth. It makes you colored, and you end up wearing long black coats like a Rosh Hashiva, big Hamburg hat. You wear your talis out, your tzitzit chasidim, right? I started talking my tzitzis in because I believe that reisa moso, right? So it's the tcheles. You don't see all the tzitzis, even though Mishnah Berurah is supposed to wear them out. But the Gemara here says you're not supposed to wear it out. According to the article, according to Rashi, you're not supposed to wear it out. Your tzitzis out. It's clear from the Gemara you're not supposed to because you look different. People say you're savur. You're different. Who are these people wearing their tzitzis out, wearing these black hats? You look different. Why you look different? You're showing, I'm different. I'm better than you. I'm from. I'm Parish. So this is the type of precious. The Gemara here before that was talking about precious. Precious is basically abstaining from the world and saying, abstaining from the world when it's something which is recognizable from the outside. And usually precious like this, you're doing for your life. There's no amount of time. Precious for a certain amount of time, like I said, himself is Nazir. There's a good type of Nazir and a bad type of Nazir. A good type of Nazir, he does it for a defined amount of time. Let's say Stam Nazir is 30 days. He wants to abstain from the world. It could be for a year, 2 years. Because he wants to learn how to control himself. Because ultimately, you have to control yourself in this world. If you just let your desires run amok, you're gonna go after things you really don't want. You have to sometimes pull back completely in order to distinguish. Okay, I don't want these things. What do I really want? Right? It's not that we don't want things from the world. You just have to choose the right things that are good for you, the foods that you enjoy, the clothes that you like, the car that you like, whatever. All the materialistic things in this world. It's decisions. You have to make a decision what's the right thing for you. So for a certain amount of time, it's good to be a Nazir. It's good to abstain from the world, but not forever. And that's a machlas pusha. When you're always constantly giving wounds to yourself as a parish, or like the Gemara says about these people that all the time they're walking and they're falling down and they're hitting their legs against the wall to get blood to show everyone how humble they are. This is usually what happens is for life. They always want to show how humble they are. It's really the same thing that people who live their lives for other people to show everyone how big of a tzaddik are. They might be justified. They're doing it to show other people, to convince other people to become from. And they might have good rationalizations, but at the end of the day, the Gemara says your precious. It should be for a limited amount of time, and also should be something which is kept inside of your heart, and not something which is exposed at all costs. You should make sure it's something which is not exposed to the rest of the world. On the outside, you should look like everybody else. You should act like everybody else. On the inside, you should have a deep connection to yourself and to God. And that's really the recommendation of the Gemara. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.